he is stepping down. Now, I have took notes. Yes, we have new weight calls. How embarrassing is Jesse? How embarrassing are you, girl? Like, you legitimately are like trying to keep Wade from everybody. You got to have your hand in everything. So everything that he does that's illegal, guess what? It's on you. It's on you. Yeah, you are nasty. You're nasty. You said you wanted to keep it on the down low. It's, don't you know that those jail calls are actually recorded? And then you thought that you could put lawsuits out and stuff to stop the phone calls. It doesn't work that way. Freedom of speech and public record, well, anybody can FOIA anything. And if it's recorded, they can play it. Unfortunately, we are what is called America, and we have First Amendment right, which is the freedom of speech. I am sorry to hear that your tummy is acting up, baby. I am sorry to hear that, because I know how it feels, and trust and believe, I want to give my tummy to somebody else. So I've missed all of you, and I hope that, all of you have been doing great. I'm going to be praying for Miss Donna and anybody else that is feeling bad. But yeah, she is highly embarrassed. At this point, she's gatekeeping Wade. Nobody can go through, do, merchandise or GoFundMe's or anything without this woman, right? And for her to not realize that these jail calls are recorded and that somebody was going to get them, I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking. Not only that, but in these phone calls, she sounds so desperate, like really desperate. And you can tell that he's actually over her already. And that's pretty sad because, like, what has it been, like 2 or 3 months? Did Berto come on to Easy's after I left or something? I don't know, because I left and went and laid down. I was feeling so nauseous, so nauseous. And now that my stomach feels better, I'm having me a beer because I can. I'm a grown adult. And I've been under a lot of, whatever you call it. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And I thought, you know what? I'm having me a beer. Fancy was my name. Hello. How are you, honey? So, yeah, there's a lot of people stepping down. Remember, they got Diddy for, racketeering, right? Racketeering doesn't mean just one person. Now, I talked about this years ago, but people thought, I was the crazy one in the world. But it's weird that everything I talked about with the Epstein and with P. Diddy being on the other side of the Epstein thing, but just as like him, it's weird it's all coming out. It just goes to show you that just because I thought outside the box, and I thought outside the box earlier than most people, they couldn't grasp it. They couldn't grasp that, they had to go through rituals, or they, are, they have to do, they're bound to the devil and, sign their souls. And nobody could believe that. They were like, oh, that sounds like a science fiction movie, Betty. You're kind of crazy. Nice to see you, Inquieres. It's been a while. But I haven't been live very much at all. You have only missed just a few lives. But I wasn't really up with you guys. I just didn't feel good. I wanted to get it out. And yeah, so we're going to talk about this guy named Jonathan Odie. About 9 months ago, Tissa tells, she now does what I used to do. And she does the digging on all of this stuff. Jaguar Wright is also correct. She knew the industry, so she knows all the players as well. And people called her crazy too. But I believe before she was speaking, I was speaking, because I was speaking 2012, 2013 about these, things that go on. I don't remember when Jaguar Wright came out, but she was at some of these events, and that also is what made her like not pursue, what do you call that, the music industry anymore, anything like that. I think that was part of it. So I have my $20 wig on, which people say, $20, you got a $20 wig? Yeah, $20 makes you look like $1,000. But sometimes it just depends on what wigs you get and stuff like that. Yes, I want to get one. Sorry. I definitely want a new GI, a whole new system. I want a whole new system. Thank you, tie-dye. You know, when I was picking this wig, because this wig was not sponsored or anything like the rest of them, I was like, I love the colors of it. I love the way it wraps my face. Like, I want this whole haircut and I want all of the colors. But every time I go to the salon, I never get what I want. They always tell me that they can't, right? From hole to hole. Well, we did get some good news today. So my ultrasound is going to be October the 10th. Yay. Let's applause that. And it's been exactly 10 years since I had my gallbladder checked, which that's what I told the doctor. I was like, 10 years ago, they checked me for my gallbladder when my stomach wasn't feeling well. And he's like, yeah, but it could have been getting bad at that time. And then it got really bad, right? And yeah, the joys of getting older. And thank you so much for all the compliments to everybody. I mean, I just put on a little bit of makeup. I thought I want to do what I normally do, which is put on a little bit of makeup, throw my hair on, put a cute little dress on, and come and say hi to all of you. Because hiding behind the screen really isn't me. I've always been that type of person that's front and center telling you the news. Oh yeah, I forgot my perfume. So anyway, I think I'm going to wear Donna today. Donna by Christian Dior. That's what I'm going to wear. Smell like Donna. And it smells so good. Have you ever smelt it? By Christian Dior. Oh, it's fabulous. I also like Chanel, Coco Chanel. It smells. I've got that one as well. I got several of them. Donna, Buddy took down his video from today. I just noticed. Well, what happened? What in the world? My problem started when I was young. I had my first upper GI when I was 17. Yeah, I don't really talk that much, Charles, on Discord. My friends will tell you it takes days for them to figure out, or try to get a hold of me. I love Obsession. I can't even remember. Doesn't that have more of a musky nighttime scent? Like, I'm trying to think. It's more, yes, Donna is the name of the perfume. And it's by Christian Dior. Yeah, it has, Obsession has more of that, what you like is the real musky type. I don't mind those like in the fall or winter, but I will message you on Discord on something. Just don't want it advertised online, if it makes sense. Yeah, don't you have my Discord? Yes, like your name, love. Yeah, that's why I was saying Donna. Yes, just like your name. Yeah, spicy. Yeah, more of a spicier, a lot of amber, a lot of, yeah, I remember Obsession. I remember Obsession. I just don't quite remember what it smells like. I can't remember. But the name of it is called Donna, which is like Donna in Austin, Texas. It's called Donna, and it's by Christian Dior. I think it's a new one. Thank you, Charles. You're amazing too. I think it's kind of a new one, but I'm not really for sure. I got a travel size because, with me, I told you I go through those micro perfumes, and I'll get like a travel size because they've got like, okay, hang on. I think somebody bought through me as well. But they've got like these travel size, right? And you can try them. Now, this one was like 14 or 15. Now, this one, the Cocoa was $29.93 for this. $29.93. That was the most expensive travel size I've ever bought, but this is like $180 a bottle. I got another one of those. I don't know. I got several of them, but I got two new ones, and one is Sexual Sugar by Michael Germain. Ooh, that Sexual Sugar smells good. Anyway, sorry, we're just talking about lady stuff. Well, men stuff too if they want some. It's for lady and gentlemen. All right, so okay, check your email. My email right now. Let me see here. What do we got? Okay, I don't see that one right now. Let me go check my other one. Are you talking about? Ah, gotcha. I gotcha. All right. So congratulations to Inquieres on being sober. I hope that me having one beer does not bother her soberness, because I just have had it with my stomach. I've had it with everything. And I just wanted to have a beer. That's it. I just wanted to have a beer. Let's see. Some guy in Buddy Live today was talking about you and what Pink Birdo did to you about the phone calls. I don't know who that guy would be. Why does my hair keep getting stuck? My hair keeps getting stuck on the microphone. I remember the men's obsession, 6th grade. It was either obsession or OG Polo for all the guys. For me, when I was growing up, it was Dakar for the guys. Yes, it is an SDA. She's been now alcohol free for 7 years, almost 8. Yeah, I know, but I decided to, just have one. So, that was 8th grade. It was obsession, and then it became Dakar. I'll tell you what, I still love the smell of Dakar. The sunflower scent. Do you guys remember the exclamation mark perfume? Beautiful. I wore for 15 years by Estee Lauder. I wore her for 15 years, and everything in my closet and everything it smelled like beautiful. And that was back in 2008, 2009. I stopped wearing beautiful because just everything smelled like beautiful. Like I legitimately smelled like beautiful. Yes, exclamation. Yes, that was a good one. There's a lot of good ones. Be 7 years on October 15th. Woohoo! See how good you're doing? Let's see. Okay, so what do we need to go over this? Do we need to go over what happened here with the Pink Boat? I mean, I don't really want to go over Pink Boat. Who do we need to go over before I go over the CEOs and all that stuff? What kind of drama do we need to go over, ladies and gentlemen? Because I haven't been around. I went to Izzy's today for a little bit, and then I was back to sleep. Like legitimately back to sleep. Let's do Wade calls. No, pink. No, pink. I I just don't go around people that drink and no bars or parties. I know, and that's why, no diapers tonight. um, yeah, I heard that Pink was going off on people, but that's the infamous, Pink Birdo, type thing. Believe it or not, I've been drinking coffee all night, so I will have this and then I'll probably just go back to my coffee. I just opened my fridge for something to drink and I was like, a nice cold beer sounds good. But, I think one or two, because I don't drink, so one or two is good and I'm good. All right, good night, honey. Have sweet dreams. I've been hibernating for a couple of days too, Betty. I am sure there's a lot I've missed. Yeah, I've missed it all. Like I'm not even sub to Bullet's channel. So I don't know that person at all. Like I've seen that person around, but I don't know. Yes, have some coffee. That's what I do. I have coffee before bed. I have coffee at night, coffee in the day. One thing I did buy that's going to be new, that's going to be coming in, is I bought a new down feather comforter, and then I bought a duvet that goes over it because I'm changing my bedroom again. It's been 6 months, and I don't like the new stuff that I put in it with the red and the blue. It's just not really my style. So I went to Temu because even on Amazon, those down feather comforters are expensive. They're like $200 and up. So I thought I would go through Temu. I went through Temu. I found the hotel luxury ones that you will be at in the hotel, like the Holiday Inn and stuff. And I believe I gave $40 for it when, regular it's in the hundreds. Okay, is this something that you want to go over? Because I cannot stand Pink Bow and its voice. So is it something you really want to go over? You really want me to go over this thing? Because it just screams all the time. Its microphone is up as loud as it can go, and then it just screams at everybody and just makes zero sense about anything. I would like to gain brain cells instead of losing them, because Pink Bow doesn't have any capacity to have like generalized conversation. Hey Rachel, not that Rachel. How are you, honey? Yeah, I don't want to do it because it just, yeah, I don't like it. I don't know. I just get tired of hearing that thing all the time. It does thrive for attention, but that's the thing, is that it's like it has zero combat. What is the words I'm trying to say? Communication skills to be able to talk with people. Yeah, and the guess what and all of that, let's do the Wade calls. Yeah, the Wade calls are pretty interesting. I can get it. Let me go to my Discord real quick, and she sent it to me, the link. Shelly's someone I never really got along with, so it's not really my cup of tea. But I will give it to you. Oh my, 4-hour live. Wow. Yeah, but once you get to going, I understand the 4-hour lives because I have them all the time. Yeah, it's just too much. I'm having a good time. I don't want to like be in a down elevated mood, because I feel like that's what Pink Bow does, is like elevate you. Like the elevation is not there. It's not nothing to hype you up or something to keep you on a straight. It's just straight like this. And and then your attitude and everything just kind of goes out the window, and the screaming and the constant just everything. I don't like the person. You know what I'm saying? Angel of God goodness, where is she? I don't see her. Where is she? Angel of goodness, where are you, love? Oh, there you are. Hi, baby doll. How are you? So I've been keeping up with a different kind of group that you guys probably don't know much about, but I've been over there keeping up with one of the girls that's getting evicted from her house. That for some reason, this girl would come live and always talk about how her house was better than everybody else's, brag about everything that she had. But now she's gotten a divorce. She's an alcoholic. The house is going bye-bye tomorrow. Yeah, Pink doesn't shut the fuck up ever. I can't stand that thing. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do it. It just goes to go arguing just to argue. Doesn't matter who or why, just wants to spew at someone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, over and over again. So there's this woman named Michelle, and she is just I don't know, I think she got in a fight with Molly Lightly a couple of years ago. And from there, she started just, how do I explain it? She started acting like she was better than everybody else. She acted like her house was better than any house in the world. Her life was better than anybody else's. And now it seems like everything that she said is coming crashing down on her. And, it's sad when somebody loses everything. But this piece of shit, Michelle Sabato or whatever, is a real piece of work. I mean, yeah, a real piece of work. Like, I never seen nobody like that before in my life. And then go as far as to lie about having a heart attack on the same day that her friend died. And she wouldn't have known her friend died unless the husband called to tell her. And then she took it and she put it on YouTube. I don't know anybody that puts everything on YouTube, but yeah, she tried to say she had a stroke and she lied about it. She did not have a stroke. And that's not funny because I'm taking medicine right now, so I don't have a stroke. What is the damn shit called? Matter of fact, I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to take an alternative because this is making me hurt worse. It's called atorvastatin, 20 milligrams. It's a statin, and it makes my muscles hurt, and it hurts me, and I don't like it. And then they make you take this Q10 with it. It's supposed to help the muscle cramps, but it doesn't. Oh my goodness, she even put monitor sounds on there. See, I don't understand people like that. I don't know what's going on with people. And why does people think that they're better than anybody else? She was snorting pills during her live way back when she first started on her channel. Yeah, that's my thing, Gammy, is I can't take it either. So I found this. I found this made by a doctor, and I'm going to see about, well, I'm going to get me some. I'm not going to see about it. I'm going to get me some, and I won't know for 3 months whether or not it's good, but it's called a Durable Heart. A lot of people on here are talking about their blood tests coming back and saying that their cholesterol, their bad cholesterol went down. The reason that my doctor is so worried about it, which mine's 149, but mine's supposed to be 0 to 80. And the reason he's worried about it is because it can harden and then cause me a heart attack. So it scares me. But that is the product right there. And it is a doctor that that made it and stuff. And it's got a certain kind of fruit in it. It's got a certain kind of olive oil and something else. Thanks, Detective Gomez. Yeah, I got a lot. There's a lot on Mr. Puffy. Okay, so many people are stepping down. I wanted to just chit chat with all of you for a minute. You're welcome. Also, when you're going through menopause, I found out that your bad cholesterol can raise. So I think that's why mine's raising, because it can't be my food. I don't really eat. I think it's because of me going through menopause and everything changing. Everything is changing. So, okay, the first thing that I want to do is it started back in 2017. There was a guy named Jonathan Odie that had went to one of Trump's facilities and started shooting a gun. But when they went to the guy's house after they arrested him, they found that his water was still on and that he was cooking. He was in the middle of cooking. So something made him just get up, get a gun, go and start shooting. And nobody got hurt, thank goodness. But during his interrogation, he started seeing the big rabbit hole of Puffy. So after Tissa Tells, which she's now the channel that I used to be, after she came out with it, the next day they came out and said it showed that Jonathan Odie was deceased. And that was very strange because Jonathan Odie is not deceased. I believe Jonathan Odie, which he was a SMEX worker, I believe that he actually is in protective custody. And once you hear his interrogation, his interview, you will see where all of it crumbled, all of it goes together. So now Crime TV has now got it on their site. And it was something that Tissa and her crew found. And they were trying to get her to shut up by saying that he was deceased. However, he wasn't deceased. I used to have it up here on my thing. I have one of Jonathan up here, but he used to be with the Bears, and the Bears are a SMEX offering service, how he had his freak offs and stuff like that. Okay, so in 2017, that all occurred. So I'm going to get the Crime TV. And I'm going to pull it up that way instead of doing it on Tissa's channel. Okay. Okay, it's 18 minutes long. I am not going to interrupt it at all. We're going to let it play through. If it is too loud, put a 2 in the chat. If it is just perfect, put a 1 in the chat for me, please. And thank you. I'm not even doing an intro today. All right. Remember, number 1 if it's good, number 2 if it's bad.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself. Yeah, go ahead.
The man who allegedly opened fire inside of one of former President Donald Trump's Florida hotels several years ago made some wild statements in interviews, saying he was a sex slave for Sean Diddy Combs. Well, now that federal investigators have raided 2 of the rapper's homes and an arrest and indictment operation,
Okay, we are back. Did you guys see that? Did you just see me get kicked plumb off my panel and shut down? Did you see that? Can you hear me and see me now? I just got kicked off my panel and shut down. Damn. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Okay, I can hear me and see me. Damn. Wow. Did you see me get just kicked off, come off the platform? This is why I don't usually like going over these things anymore, because this is what they do to me. Crazy things. All right. I'm going to keep an eye on it right here, because I don't know what in the world. My goodness. Ooh. I know, right? It just took me, it took me right out. It took me out. Like, bye-bye. See you later, Betty. Can you hear me now? I've got me all the way up. I've got me all the way up. I can't go any further. It just seems like my voice is so soft compared to these microphones. Yeah, mine, it kicked me plumb out of the platform. Like I wasn't even in the platform at all. Yeah. Yeah. I got kicked plumb out. So let's try this again. But anyways, I was going to say, I don't think that it's fair that they're not giving Tissa the rights that they should, because Tissa and her crew actually went and researched and found this Jonathan Odie's interrogation. They found it. So I don't feel like it's fair when these people start saying, oh, well, this name just kept coming up, kept coming up, kept coming up, type of thing. Let me turn off some of this stuff. I've got some things on I can just turn off that we don't need, that I'm not using. I can just turn some of this stuff off. I'm not going to go over. Okay, is that better? Does it seem like it's better? I'll also shut this one down too, so that we don't got everything. Hey, Markella, how are you, honey? Long time no see, babe. All right, everybody, please hit the likes up, please, for me. Thank you. Let's try this again. But I think that they should have gave Tissa, her due diligence for finding all this information and not acting like they just found it out of the blue, or somebody just told them, or this name just kept popping up. I think that's bullshit, because Tissa and her crew worked hard, and it just goes to show that people will steal shit and they won't give you, I got a lot of people who've stolen from me on here, and they don't give you your, but Tissa Tells is the one that found this. And if I have to, I will go to hers. It's just I didn't want to interrupt it. So
now that name may seem familiar,
but it is getting interrupted. Hang on. Let me go to Tissa Tells anyway, because I don't feel that what they're doing is right by not letting her, not, yeah. Hang on just 1 second. Just give me 1 second, because it's not right. She deserves it, so I'm going to give her the click and shout her out, because she has worked very, 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 very hard on all of this. she's been doing this for 9 months. So you give credit where credit is due, you know? Like, damn, people. After she did all this, then they're able to find it, right? Yeah. Okay. Right after she put it out, they tried to say that Jonathan Odie was deceased, that he had died December the 15th, 2023. But those went to nowhere. He did not die. Yada yada. So I think it was which one is it? He was a no-show in court. This one is a very scary one about who his sugar daddy is. We're talking about what's his face? Puff, Puff Diddy. Okay. Which one was it that she? Okay, resurfaced on it. Right. So she does it. It goes about right here. All right. All right. Now I can share it. This one will probably be better to share anyway. Plus, I'm going to give her the credit because she deserves the credit. It's all her and her team. Back when I had a team, this is what you do. Here's her link right here. Now I won't be talking to the chat much because I'm trying to get through this. Because that's what we're here for, is a show. Let's go.
I settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. Okay. When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything. Okay. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all. All right. I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued for the herpes and won. But they didn't.
Okay, so if you heard the guy, he said, I caught herpes. Once he caught herpes, he went back and talked to Sean Combs, and then he got an attorney, and they made an agreement for, I think it was $500,000, something like that.
Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes.
How does it sound?
Attorneys, okay, and Christopher Leon's here was.
First of all, how's the sound? Put a 1 if it sounds good. Put a 2 if I need to do anything.
My attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible I threw everything out. It's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible. I'm not sure.
Now, tell me though, how
Very
all
small.
of that led up to Thursday night, Friday morning.
Well, I've been trying. My settlement put me in a box. Basically, I couldn't talk because I was going to be sued.
So his settlement put him in a box. He couldn't talk because he would be sued. But you see how small this is? I've already fixed it once on my computer, but it's still small again. Can you even see this at all? Turn it up just a tad. Okay. I just don't want it blowing your eardrums out. So basically, he sued him. He got $500,000. He started buying property everywhere. He went from dead ass broke to buying 5 different properties.
So I let it be, but they've been following me, and they've had Mark Garrett has had the FBI on me, has had other agencies looking at me and spying on me, okay, because they want to set me up as an extortionist, like if I was extorting Sean for money. It's wrong. Basically, what happened is Diddy and Ross, which they're good buddies, okay, they're gay.
Who?
Both Diddy and Ross.
So he's saying that Diddy and Rick Ross are gay.
And Khaled. They all
And DJ Khaled. They're all gay.
gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is not a far stretch if you see the pictures. Most men don't act like that with one another.
The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. They promote binge drinking and drugs.
Gotcha.
The hip hop agenda, basically what happens is the following. The hip hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to inform the DEA. They move all the dope, on private jets, which don't get screened by.
All right, so they move all the dope on private jets. They put it in the Ciroc bottles. Remember Ciroc vodka that Diddy was always toting around and stuff? Well, evidently they put liquid cocaine in there and they put it on Diddy's jets and they fly it all around America. That's why they got him for RICO, drugs, prostitution, human trafficking, sex trafficking, all of that.
By customs?
By the inside the United States.
I wish I could make this bigger because I've done it before. I have to go to settings. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you. I have to go to settings. I have to go, I think, to personalization. Text input, I believe. Where's CC correct? Language, cursor, show text. Advanced keyboard settings. Nope. Accessibility. Okay, let's see. Text size. All right, so we're going to make it bigger. And that should display on everything else. It's making me wait. Okay, now let's see if that worked. Let's see if it got bigger or not. Yeah, it got bigger. Not so. Let me move it up a little bit more. Let me make it a little bit bigger. There we go. We'll just make it big. All right, now I'm going to take it off. Put it back on. It's about the biggest it's going to get.
They move what's called high-grade powder MA. They move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it.
It made everything big. Night, honey. Hang on just 1 second. It made everything big. It made my whole. It made everything. It made my StreamYard big. If you can't hear it, I have to change it back because it made everything too big. Damn. Yeah, that's way too big. We'll just have to go back to 116%. It's just going to display how it displays. But I'm going to talk. Excuse me, in my coffin. I'm going to talk though and let you know what it says.
I seen the liquor coat. I drank it.
Okay, so did you just see the bottles of liquor? Ciroc right there. There's no way to change it in the. Let me see. Yeah, there's no way to change it on here. You either turn it off or you turn it on. Here's the Ciroc bottles. This is what they were putting the liquid cocaine in, allegedly.
I seen the liquor coat. I drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie.
He says, I've seen the liquid coke. I've tried it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie.
Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time.
It's not good. He drinks it all the time.
All right, he calls it GG. That's liquid cocaine.
He calls it GQ, which is liquid cocaine. Yeah, bad.
I get all of them.
You're gonna need an internet so I can show you. If I show you the website, you're just gonna go like.
So he said, you're going to need the internet so I can show you the website. Once I show you the website, you're going to go like, pop. And so in the filing, it says, compounding this all encompassing intrusion into her life. Mr. Combs secured his control over the young and impressible Miss Ventura by introducing her to GQ-fueled lifestyle that kept her complacent and compliant. Mr. Combs first introduced Miss Ventura to opiates around 2008 and would often have pills or other liquid put in the open like candy. Okay, so that was in her lawsuit.
All right. Help me understand you. How old are you?
I'm 42. I've been through all my life. I've had a great life. I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, was he scared that I was exposed?
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now.
1.5 million is what he settled. Hold up. I settled 1.5 million, I think is what he said. And ever since then, he's been being followed. The FBI's been on him, blah, 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 because he said they're trying to get him for extortion.
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me.
So the alleged gunman went from dead broke to property buying spree in months. Where did a fitness trainer who was worse than flat broke in August 2014 acquire enough cash in September 2014 to start buying properties that were headed for foreclosure? But the beginning on September 5th, 2014, and ending on October 30th, 2014, he bought 5 properties that were otherwise headed for foreclosure. They ranged from 3 homestead condos sold for as little as $57,000 to Bayshore Drive condo in Miami, for which he paid $455,000, and where he apparently lived for some of the next 2 years. The properties purchased for total was $765,000. I gotta take this off for a second so I can read it. Were transferred from him to his company and then sold within 18 months to 2 years for a total of $934,000. Yeah,
Before you go, what is everything? What did you, when you say you threw away everything, what's that?
My documents, everything I have, because I know they've been trying to follow me. And I just don't, he's going to be shot at by them. And he's a witness that Ross came and threatened me at my house.
So after the settlement, Rick Ross came and threatened Jonathan Odie that if he spoke or said anything about it, that he had herpes, then he would be, you know.
Post settlement. After we settled, Diddy sent Ross, and I asked him to go see that was Ross and confirm the identity.
So Gonzalez, he can back up what you're saying about P. Diddy and Ross and all that? Okay, all right. And you
Which, if you remember, after the lawsuit with Cassie and a few others, remember Diddy's attorneys dropping and them no longer representing him? That's because they're part of this, you know. I was wondering what was going on, who was getting timed out or whatever. That's because they were a part of all of this, so they didn't want to be implicated in all of this.
you said Gonzalez didn't know anything about what you did? You didn't talk to him before?
Nothing.
Nothing?
He knows nothing. He didn't know. He was actually worried about me. He's like, hey, what's up? And I told him, look, man, what's happening?
Okay, so Jonathan thought he could confide in Mark Gonzalez and told him that, you know, that there was liquid cocaine in the bottles and that Diddy had gave him herpes and that he settled for 1.2 million or 1.5 million dollars and that he's being followed and watched and everything else. So he pulls him to the side and he talks to him.
Yes. He's trying to pull things down, but then the feds have been harassing him. The feds. Have been
What?
So I guess the feds were starting to harass Diddy at this point.
They have a big file of me like this, the feds. Since because P. Diddy and Mark Garibald.
I guess they have a big file on Jonathan Odie because of P. Diddy, which it did say that P. Diddy used to be with the feds, a certain Fed that Homeland Security just can swoop right over.
So he tried to set me up and lock me up as an extortionist, asking for money. It was not so. My settlement was breach, and my settlement terms is one was called peaceful enjoyment. That means that if I went to your house or I did something, you'd actually pay me the full amount.
I get all that.
So I've been going through that since like 2012. So.
All right.
So pretty much, if he wants to stick his schlong or do anything with his body parts with another person, that's on him. But as far as where he works at, he's supposed to just come and dance and entertain. I bet you he is too, but I think he's highly protected because, see, that's the thing is Jay-Z, he didn't sue Ciroc like Puffy did. Once Puffy sued Ciroc, which is Daze Angel, that's when all of the dominoes started falling, and that's when they allowed for Cassie's lawsuit to become public and everything else.
And Gonzalez knows about that. You talked.
How old are you, Curious? Just curious. I forgot. Are you around my age, or you're younger than me, right? I probably won't see you for your birthday, so I'm just gonna say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Curious. Happy birthday to you. And we all clap. And I got smacked at the same time. Oh, goodness. You okay, Markella? Yeah, I wish they were snacks, but you know.
To him about that kind of stuff.
I talked to him alone because he's the only one that knows since the beginning.
Gotcha.
And then my ex-wife, she knows she saw the contract. She has a contract.
So his ex-wife, he gave the contract to, and so his ex-wife knows about it. And so he was trying to reach out to someone because Diddy was harassing him. Well, I'm giving hugs virtually to you, Markella, and sending love of healing and stuff. I've been in your shoes, honey. I was in your shoes today. Yes, I did see that. And that's crazy because I was going to speak about him the other day, and then he died a few days after I was going to speak about him.
The picture of a contract.
Well, number one, the judge that is on Diddy's that was at his bail hearing That is going to be the trial judge. And she's over it. She wants a speedy trial. I was watching it real time through a news agency that was in there that they weren't allowed to have cameras and stuff, but they were writing. And she wants it just a speedy trial done and over with and him thrown where he needs to be. But there's a lot more people coming in after that. Yeah, he died a few days after the interview. Yeah. And he died because he kept telling people he was sick, the same as I'm doing, and nobody would listen to the guy. And he died. It's pathetic. After he found out who he truly was, then he died. So this is showing how Mark Gegeros always got him out of stuff. Everything that Diddy ever got in trouble for, he got him out of it. Not that Christine hates everybody. She hates me, Toxic. Don't worry about it. She hates everybody.
Against Donald Trump, okay, because he used to belong to their side. You understand? He used to belong to that illuminated group that I told you about, which is an elite group, okay, of individuals which run the whole country. All right.
All right.
Basically.
No, she's typed in mine before. She's typed a smart ass comment in mine before, but I get her sick sense of humor, so she doesn't bother me.
What I did you tell him how? Did you explain to him about the message? Or
No, please.
But she ain't saying it like she really hates everybody. She's saying it in a condescending way, meaning that she's not friends with everybody on the internet. She doesn't take the internet serious, and she's just a troll. That's it. She's a troll. Toxic, you're a troll. She don't hate Crispy. She likes Crispy. We all like Crispy.
On Thursday, turning to Friday, basically.
Got a lot of stuff that's going on. I have to talk about this. I have to get this.
Go ahead.
Basically, because they all like making money. That's why they're all billionaires, etc. So there's only this select few that run the country. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, I know you may or may not. I know you're gonna believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Okay. Yeah, Illuminati. Okay. They've made it in dance. Basically, what it means, illuminated.
I guess.
Okay. They do satanic ritual abuse.
Which I do want to say that a lot of you do not know this, but when Diddy's house was raided, they found 10 gallons, I believe, of some kind of breast milk, which would be for none other than rituals.
Well, before you start, I gotta say, my stomach just hit me with a major cramp. I'm gonna go lay down and listen from afar. So I'm gonna be gone. Thank you.
All right. All right. Yes, Donna. And they found 10 gallons of pure Cambodian breast milk in his basement. So we're going to go over all of this stuff that really hasn't been put out to the public, but I've been finding it.
Which is basically...
Also, sorry for the Disrael or whatever, but I like to get it out in the open and get it over with, but we're back.
CIA mind programming techniques, which is their own family is, etc. on the group, and they bond that way. The Illuminati card games. Exactly.
This guy was Diddy's slave, ex-slave, sexual slave for Cassie.
Okay.
Since Diddy would be on the phone, Cassie and him would be in a room. Diddy would be there, and Diddy would be conducting business, but telling these two what to do while he videotaped it.
The game, Illuminati card game?
I'm not familiar with it, so help me understand.
It's a card.
Yeah, they have to be. It's all part of it.
It's a card game.
That tells you exactly what their agenda is.
Gotcha.
It's called mental pre-program. That means that you predispose already. Once you play this, your mind is already predisposed at this happening. Not like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was my she, took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people. Okay.
All right. There's that. Now, Tissa Tells, which is right here, she found this 9 months ago. And then the next day, it was all over social media that Jonathan Odie was deceased on December 15th. And then that all went away. And Jonathan has not been appearing in court. It just keeps getting prolonged. So I believe that Jonathan is actually what you call in protective custody. I believe he's one of the state witnesses. All right, so we're going to go back to what they found. I've seen it on here. I didn't even know that they found it, but all right, we're going to go to the beginning of Diddy being arrested. We're going to go through this. All right. I get most of my information off of DuckDuckGo or off of X. They have a lot of information. All right, so we already saw that. Now this was really strange, but we're gonna just go ahead and listen to it. Just remember, it's very strange. Again. So this guy recorded at the party, Diddy and allegedly Meek. This guy was the guy that took the fall for Diddy when he shot the woman in that bar. So the day that they raided Diddy's house, his plane was flying into Belize, if you guys remember that. That's because it was filled with liquid cocaine, allegedly. Because this guy right here, Shane, was organizing it. So Now he's speaking out. Wait, you're not hearing anything? Oh, shoot. Hang on. Lord have mercy. Now we got to go back. All right. Thank you for letting me know, Donna. All right. Here is the first one you didn't hear.
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink. So I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on.
No sound? How is there no sound? There's no sound right now? There's no sound with this, right? Okay, now there is. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. Okay.
On, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, "Yeah, daddy." Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this nigga Diddy rich, so I'm finna put the squeeze on and give me a couple dollars and just say, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody believed that was really Diddy beating Meek back in. But now y'all motherfuckers believe the video, right? Right? Somebody
Holy shit, I just killed a spider on top of my computer, and my computer is white, and it was a little white spider, and I killed it. It put down my video. I'm having all kinds of problems. So did you hear that? Yeah, did you hear that nastiness? Yeah. Okay, so this is the guy that took the fall for Diddy, J-Lo bringing the pew pew in, and Diddy shooting a woman in the face allegedly. This is the guy that took the fall and went to prison for 10 years. He's explaining what they did to him.
When I was a 18-year-old kid, just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud, and
this is called this person's name is Shane.
Make Belize proud, and do what all of us want.
Also on this one, this is, if you remember Diddy's house being raided, on that day Diddy's plane arrived in Belize. Now you'll know why, because it was full of liquid cocaine and it was being drug trafficked, allegedly.
Want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him, and the
guy that was just talking was an old bodyguard of Diddy's that happened to hear a lot of struggling and a lot of weird stuff. So he went to the door and he recorded what he could get, which was Meek Mill's taking it by Diddy. And he said all the drinks were spiked and he only smokes weed, so he didn't get none of it.
Turned around and called witnesses to testify against me.
So Diddy fucked this guy. He turned around and called witnesses to testify against him.
And he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe.
But now that Diddy was a billionaire and had a lot of power, this guy was the one allegedly helping him to bring the liquid cocaine into Belize.
Describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave. I moved on. But let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And that
spent a birthday with him once.
I
saw a birthday cake.
I went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize, because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to.
That's how this guy got involved. So this guy was transported back to Belize after his 10-year sentence that he did for Diddy's crime, which J-Lo is the one that brought the pew pew in with her purse, just like Cassie said that she had to have a pew pew in her purse at all times. And so Diddy got a hold of the guy and said, hey, I want to go over there and do some good projects on top of doing bad projects. Boom, bada boom. Now, this guy has been running for president over there in Belize. So he's a very big guy, and he's trying to scratch his record that he did not, in fact, shoot the woman, which the woman has been on Tissotels and a few other people. And she even said that she was willing to go and have surgery done and take out particles of the bullet that's still lodged in her face to match up with the pew pew that was registered to Diddy.
Bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if, you know, he and I were bombale. This is someone that
pretty much he destroyed this guy's life, but then the guy forgave him, and then he was so powerful by the time that he got out of prison. Pretty much this guy had no way to tell him no. He couldn't tell him no. And so that's when the drugs started coming in, and then he started doing good things over there to cover up the bad that he was doing.
destroyed my life. But do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not. I am different than maybe other people. No one needs to fail for me to succeed. No one needs to suffer
So that jail that Diddy's in right now is the same exact jail that Shane was in.
for me.
in your at the height of your professional relationship, or thereafter through the reconciliation when he was an instrumental part of promoting you through Revolt Media. Were you aware of these freak off events, and were you aware of them? Did you have any participation in them?
Oh my goodness, Jules Vasquez. Jules Vasquez.
Were you aware of them?
Jules Vasquez.
Were you aware of the freak offs?
So I had nothing to do with Sean Combs' personal life, no interaction. That level, everything was strictly on a professional level.
And he just lied just then because Shane was one of his good friends, did go to the parties, yada, yada, yada. He's over there in Belize right now trying to run for president and trying to get his record expunged, because you cannot be a president over there if you have a record of shooting someone. So on to the next. This is quite disturbing, which you guys have probably already heard about this, but I don't know any 30-some-year-old guy that wants to hang out with the 14-year-old that Usher already had the same thing happen to him, and then Usher brings Justin to, to Diddy.
He's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy.
48 hours with Diddy. That just makes no fucking sense, right? I mean, if my son was an upcoming artist and they were like, yeah, he's got to spend 48 hours with this Diddy guy or Diddy or whatever, I'd be like, oh, hell no. Mm-mm. My son ain't spending no time. So down below is a cryptic message that I'm going to also play and see if some of you can figure it out.
They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really just.
Now you see how Justin is smiling. He looks innocent. At this point, he is He has no idea what this grown ass man has in store for him. He has no idea. He thinks he's just a big rapper and a big time producer and gonna help him out and in the career world, which he did, but he didn't know what came with it.
Clothes, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Sorry, he was 15.
I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
We're going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours.
It's just so crazy that you think, and this is where the power standard comes from. A 15-year-old kid with a pre-license and ready to, take the world on, that a Lamborghini is like going to be the most important thing in this kid's life. But it's true, because when you're a kid, you don't think about responsibilities and stuff. You think about materialistic things. So therefore, it's easy to bribe kids to get them to do what you want them to do. And that's what's so sickening about this whole situation of predators and minors and stuff like that, is because you could just give them, take them out to eat. You could, buy them a game. You could, do things like that, Yeah, Usher was given legal guardianship. P. Diddy was given legal guardianship of Usher when he was like 14 years old. Yes, that is in fact true. And his mama let him go. And he stayed with Diddy for the whole summer. And it's called, and you're going to hear it in a minute, it was called Puffy Camp. Absolutely disgusting. But
Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
notice Justin wants to go get girls, right? That's a normal 15-year-old. Watch his movements. Boy, we ain't talking about no girls. Oh, no, no, no.
Man,
everything's good. Everything's
Next time he sees him, this is how it goes.
out arenas and everything, starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my,
Justin's more or less like, dude, I don't want to hang out with you because you did some crazy shit, and like, I'm done. But still, Justin was on his Love album, and that just goes to show that people like this will continue to have power over you, especially when you're a billionaire.
partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
Number?
Yeah.
Now, this is the encrypted message. It makes no sense.
Hollywood, I have another very important prophetic message for you. You have been quite the...
Now, this is Stephen Baldwin, which is Justin, father-in-law.
disruptor for many decades. Hollywood has been the great disruptor. But now, in the future, Hollywood itself will be disrupted. As you're seeing now behind the scenes, dropping like flies, Hollywood is being disrupted. So good luck and God bless out there, kids, because you're going to need it. Let's hear it for the disruption.
He knew it was coming. All right, so what was it? Remember his movie Silver? Yeah, they're very religious. from like 25, 30 years ago. I don't remember it. All right, go through that. That's the police. Now, see, he said he wasn't his friend. He said he didn't go to the parties. There he is right there with a Big's t-shirt on saying, remember. No, silver. Not silver, but silver. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But see how he's right there? He was in with Diddy more than people know. There's that little girl. All right, so Rutgers President Holloway to step down. SSA General Manager will step down. Justin Trudeau to step down as Canada Prime Minister ahead of U.S. presidential. Kevin Liles steps down. Kevin Liles is the CEO of Warner Music in Nashville. Holloway, okay, so Steamship Authority, BC Artist Dover Quarters steps down, and Geneva Fifth Ward steps down. These are the people stepping down upon Diddy's arrest. Yeah, I think he's married to her. Now, there's a video of Kris Jenner telling Kim Kardashian she's going to an afternoon party at Diddy's house, then proceeds to let everyone know she's the boss.
Your boobs, honestly, they get big.
Like, I would never talk to my girls like this. I don't know what made her, why their mom is talking like this, but it's weird. We don't talk sexual to each other. It's just weird.
No, I just lifted this bra up. It's like night and day. I need to have my boobs sitting up at this level at all times. They were like down to here. That's life-changing. Life-changing, but it gives me back fat. Gotta pick or choose your battles. That's what I learned in my life. Yeah. So why do you care to go to this? Because I was invited and I think it would be fun. When are you going to act your own age? This like rap crew, like Rick Ross and Diddy. Do you think this is like your crowd? I know a thing or two about rap music. Who is the boss? Me? No.
So she says she's the boss. 50 Cent watching Diddy get arrested. Diddy has officially been arrested. Let's see. Diddy lawyer says he's expecting the unsealed indictment to have sex trafficking and racketeering charges, and admits Diddy came to New York to turn himself in to the cops on an agreeable time with the U.S. Attorney Office, but got arrested unexpectedly. He says he will push for bail. Didn't work. There's that guy again. These are names he called out.
Drake, Oprah, J-Lo, A-Rod, Will Smith, Alicia Keys, Justin Bieber, Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg, Snoop, DJ Khaled, Chris Beats, Kelly Rowland, Chris Brown,
This is when I think this is his grandchild. I don't know who this is on his lap, but he's calling out all these names. I don't know if the music is copywritten or not. So Meg the Stallion, J Balvin, Naomi Campbell. This was after he got in trouble. Jessica Alba. I don't know whose kid that is. I have no idea. Rita Wilson. Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, Usher, Demi Lovato, Shaq, Ellis Ross, that's Rick Ross, Lee Yuzu something, Rick Ross, there you go, Julian Hall, Diplo, D Nice, Drea, Burna Boy, Nicole Schwarzenegger, I think. Burna Boy, yeah, that's another guy that was with Bad Boys. I got a whole list here. This is the list he called out right after the raid, so I don't know what they say. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, Paris Goebel, Cara Delevingne, Winnie Harlow, French Montana, and I think that's about it. Pretty much putting a message out that they better be there to his defense. Yeah. To his defense, pretty much. Did he finally went to jail? Let's see what this guy.
Into custody in New York City. So I figured now is as good a time as any to shit all over Sean again and remind everyone just how horrible this man is. So if you haven't read the court document,
see anybody who won America's Got Talent or what was the other karaoke or the other one that came out for a long time? American Idol, all of them.
And done any of the other research on this guy. This producer he worked with named Lil Rod brought this lawsuit against him. Rodney Jones v. Sean Combs, alleging RICO allegation, which is like organized crime. And he alleged that a member of this RICO organization was none other than the CEO of Universal Music Group, Lucian Grange. Universal Music Group produced 1/3 of the top 100 songs last year, including Taylor Swift. Quote, while living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Combs had hidden cameras in every room of his homes. Mr. Jones believed that Mr. Combs had recordings of defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Haber, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and as in the case with the homosexual sex tape of Stevie J.
The ones that he called out, honey, he's got blackmail on. That was the whole reasoning for him calling them out.
That Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Upon information and belief, due to this treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable. Well, the diddler just got touched. But don't worry, I'm not going to drop that spice and then not give you more details. So Diddy was big on recording all kinds of things, and he frequently took this guy's phone from him and recorded things at parties. So this dude wound up with hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in...
By the way, Little Rod has been in hiding ever since he dropped the lawsuit against Diddy because he fears for his life. So he's been in hiding. He was also on Tissa Tells.
Serious illegal activity on his own cell phone, including the acquisition, use, distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, the displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms, Combs providing laced alcoholic beverages to...
Yeah, he was saying names of the people that better have his back when he goes down with a kid on his lap.
Minors and sex workers at his homes in California, New York, the Virgin Islands, and Florida. Yes, those Virgin Islands. Diddy's brother, Christian, drugging and sexually assaulting a woman. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact of his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, which is horrendous, and I'm not going to read from it. It's absolutely disgusting. This guy's a piece of shit. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr., yes, that actor, Cuba Gooding Jr., sexually harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones. Yes, here are photos of Cuba doing the things. Here's more photos of Cuba Gooding Jr. trying to fuck this guy. quote, forcibly touching Mr. Jones, fondling Mr. Jones' leg, his upper inner thighs and his groin, the small of his back, near his buttocks and his shoulders. Jones rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. Following the screenshot, homie witnessed a shooting where either Diddy or his brother shot a dude in the bathroom and then got the cops to just totally not prosecute, not investigate, say it was a drive-by. They drove away. But what Diddy's scheme was all about was getting rappers to do gay stuff on camera, though they did not know it, so that he had blackmail on them so that he could kind of control them and thereby control the whole music industry that he had kind of helped create. And to be fair, maybe he like saw some signs that maybe it would work, but apparently homie wasn't having it. Sorry, I'm just making jokes. Quote, Mr. Combs, Diddy, went so far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. This was done to ease Mr. Jones's anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Diddy, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Diddy informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper Redacted, R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J. Yes, Diddy's having gay orgies and using it to try to get homie to have more gay orgies because that's what he's all about. Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he did gay stuff. So A, Diddy is claiming that he has the power and leverage to get some random dude to win Producer of the Year at the Grammys, and he's leveraging that to get gay sex and blackmail from that gay sex. Diddy's assistant, Defendant Coram, required all employees from the butler, the chef, to the housekeepers to walk around with a pouch or fanny pack filled with cocaine, GHB, ecstasy, marijuana, gummies, Tucci, mixture of ecstasy and cocaine, at all times, so that Diddy could get high anywhere and everywhere. And yes, homeboy has photos of all of it. Diddy maintained this RICO enterprise by using threats of violence, threatening to eat his face, displaying and distributing guns in plaintiffs present, bragging about having law enforcement under control, bragging about murdering people, and bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in the criminal case concerning the 1999 New York City nightclub shooting with Shine. Are you getting the picture yet? And it would appear that one of the ways that Diddy had law enforcement under control was through his chief of security, Fahim Muhammad, who the whole staff was allegedly told to contact if anything ever went wrong with police or law enforcement, and he would be the fixer that would make it all disappear. Well, Fahim Muhammad is the former head of security for Michael Jackson. This kid had just graduated college with like a business degree, and he became the head of security for the King of Pop at age 21 or 22. And then, whoopsies, that same year, head of Pop died. This guy was second on the scene. And then his very next job after failing was to become the head of Diddy's entire operation. Think about it. The head of security in a blackmail ring needs to know all the dirt. Otherwise, he's not securing shit. Diddy formed his record label in the first place with a lot of help, basically being selected by Clive Davis, who's got a lot of mob ties and other stuff in his history. But he's been running huge portions of the music industry before we were all born. We're talking back to signing names originally like Janis Joplin, Pink Floyd, Aerosmith, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I say all of that to just show you the scope that this is not just one rapper doing bad things. This is the whole music industry. This is how it runs. Diddy is not an isolated incident. He is the status quo. And chances are he was not the only blackmail ring operating in the music industry. We'll go into that another time. If you want more details about the Michael Jackson rabbit hole, Candace Owens produced one of the best videos I have ever seen about Michael Jackson. It's a work of art. Definitely watch it. I cannot imagine how you would watch that video and not come away realizing that, holy shit, Michael Jackson was framed. All of the charges were bullshit. The FBI investigated him. They found nothing. Everyone close to him said that he never did anything to kids, and the only people that accused him of that clearly were standing to gain things from making false accusations. Go watch the video. Huge props to Lil Rod for having the guts to bring the lawsuit that eventually has now brought Diddy down, or at least gotten him into behind bars. This dude had every indication that he would get killed for doing that. and certainly that he would get blacklisted from the whole music industry. Props, bro. And thanks to 50 Cent or whoever else helped protect him and bring these charges, whoever else got his back. Good job, guys. As for this piece of shit, he's not going to last very long. He's going to squeal like a fucking pig. And there's an awful lot of powerful people that cannot have that. So watch out for the Epstein treatment. Diddy did not kill himself. And I guarantee you that the FBI is not going to be releasing all those tapes of all those celebrities and politicians and powerful executives that he has blackmail on. They're keeping that shit locked down because that's how they do. Status quo. So key takeaways. All the music you listen to is fucking fake. They're promoting bad artists that they can blackmail so they can control them, so they can keep running their fucking scheme, and they can give you awful messaging. Think about the messaging in all of the artists that people like Diddy have promoted. Guns, violence, hoes, drugs. That's not authentic. That's being promoted by a blackmail ring in the music industry. It's like if Jeffrey Epstein was the one choosing what music got produced so that he could perpetuate his schemes. That's what your top hits radio stations have been playing for your entire life. We're not talking about one rapper that did some bad shit. We're talking about a systemic issue that just got broadcast across national television. And now they're going to try to cover it all up with everything they've got. Don't let them.
Who is Clive Davis's son? Because Clive is part of, just like the Ron Buckle, Ron Burkle is all, they're white, but they're all part of this. Who is Clive Davis's son? That guy that was just talking, or someone else? This is the young teenager that Gene Dill was talking about, these underage parties. Hold up. These are all underage girls at these parties here. See if you can see it. These are all underage. The girl in the bathtub is underage. That's the girl that was 17 that got raped, and she's filed charges.
I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rob could be trusted and his statements are true, they got him. They got tapes and stuff.
Now, if Diddy had tapes, the feds have them. That's a lot of blackmail.
I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook.
The whole Hollywood, political and everything's going to be shook. This is what Cat Williams had to say. Remember a long time ago, about 9 months ago or so?
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times.
From Diddy.
4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party.
Shay got so scared that he took a drink. Watch this.
You gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling.
Shay knows, and watch Shay taking a drink. He's like, "Oh shit, I don't want to hear this. I'm scared."
That's why I can say I'm so freely.
Kid, I need to know.
This is when SDA was up on panel with me when we went over the Cat Williams thing, and someone stole my thing that you and I were doing. SDA, it came up on my copyright thing that someone stole our segment that we were watching together. Why couldn't they just go and steal it off of, Shay's podcast? Why did they steal it off of mine? Like, what the hell? Here's all the thousands of bottles of baby oil. Look at this shit. Like, that's a lot of baby oil. Okay, like look at the guys just standing there like, fuck, like that's a lot. And they say that Diddy hasn't been back to that house since they raided it. Because he's so high that he thinks that, you know, it got bugged or whatever, so he hasn't been back. Look at all this baby oil. Like, just straight up. Look at all of it. They also confiscated 700 and some odd dildos. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. 784 dildos have been seized. Jeez Louise. Now, I don't know what this dude is saying.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallow?
That's real footage of them. That was real footage during the siege. Have you ever been swallowed up? Remember, they say that TD Jakes is a power bottom.
Swallowing where everything was over.
And he was swallowing.
Overwhelming, and you. I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming?
Right? Yeah, he got swallowed up all right. This is really strange too, okay? So she said that after the freak off, she would have to do IV drops, Cassie did, in order to be normal again, because this would last for days, okay? And then this is Diddy talking about it. He's talking about his mom. Now, him and his mom have always had a weird relationship, and his mom and him have been seen French kissing and stuff. And it's been said, allegedly, that his mother is the one that told him that he needed to start having sex with the powerful white men.
Gorgeous. Let me introduce you to my mom, called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me.
She's getting the drip with him. Okay, the drip is the IV. And back in the day, when his dad, there was a movie about P. Diddy's dad. He was a big drug trafficker, same as P. Diddy. Doesn't fall far from the tree. Then he became an FBI informant, and that's how Diddy got ties with the FBI, because mom was running a prostitution ring until one of the ladies actually got red rummed, and then mom no longer ran it. So mom went to Diddy here and said, "You're going to start sleeping with guys. You're going to start doing this and that in order to make us rich." Okay?
She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'll be with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
That's disgusting. I have never kissed my son on the lips since I think he was 2 years old. 2 years old was the last time I kissed my son on the lips, and he's going to be 32 this year. That's highly disturbing, and they're both doing an IV right now. So mama was in the freak offs.
Mom, freshly dipped though.
Notice her white nails. What did Cassie say about the white nails? What did Cassie say about the white nails? That he likes to see you with white nails wrapped around the big, you know what. That comes from mama. Mama likes the white nails. And the reason that supposedly the bodyguard, Gene Dill, quit actually working for Diddy is because mama wanted to F him. Mama wanted to F Gene Dill, and he didn't want it. So he quit. And that's what that was about.
I was trying to show you.
This is probably copywritten. I'm going to have to redo this whole thing. Maybe I can just turn down the sound since they've got stuff on the screen of what they're saying. Yeah, my mom is a single. I'm gonna hate on she's single. Yeah, she's single, ready to mingle. Doing a dating show with her. Yeah, she's single, ready to mingle because Diddy wouldn't let no man be with her, like as in, boyfriend type shit. Ever. Good night, Curious. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. Love you, girl. Have a great, wonderful, amazing day tomorrow. Actually, today. Funniest show it will be. It actually will be. I know you wouldn't get started. She was doing that. We're not doing that. See, he doesn't want no men around her. Yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. My dudes, how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to the strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog. I want to live life. So you know who's going down with this Diddler, huh? Do you know who was in the human trafficking, the schmex trafficking, the drug trafficking, all that? This thing right here. We're out here moving and grooving. My mom told me she just keep on moving, baby. That's right. Keep on moving. She don't stop. She could touch the floor with her palms. This is disgusting and outright creepy. Flat. Ugh! You know what he's talking about there, right? Yes, he's sleeping with his mama and she can touch her palms down flat. Ugh. Oh, Lord have mercy. What is wrong with these people? And she said it after him, flat. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. And this is when she put in there, and after freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical, entertaining, and drug use to kind of help flush their system some. But this is real police photos. That's all his wines. And I thought this was really weird, but this is a guy who put an eel in him, an eel, for sexual pleasure and is having it removed by doctors. It's an eel. And I don't know how. Yeah, they were very dehydrated after 3 days, 24 hours a day, high on that shit and doing all them rituals. Shit, yeah. But I don't know how this guy, unless it went through his bum, got this eel in him for, and why he wanted it for sexual pleasure. I don't know.
录好了吗？你给我录完了，我发到咱医疗网。我去了，哎呀，太长了，哪儿是？这哪是40
They're like, what the hell?
两个，一个就得30，快给我拿打。
Like, who would put this inside of them? Yeah, that's another thing. When they went to his hotel and arrested him, he wasn't being a good boy. Now, here's another weird message.
So, hey, Hollywood. Now that you know you've been infiltrated by the homeland folks, And you also know you've been infiltrated by the devil. My question to y'all is, are you ready to be infiltrated by the ghost?
And the only thing I can think of is God, the Holy Ghost, to take all this evil out. That's the only thing I can think of. And this guy's saying that he can bring the whole music industry down.
Tonight, Primetime's getting an inside look at what Diddy's being accused of. What we learned could bring the whole music industry down and might explain how Diddy got away with it for so long. The feds say Diddy created a criminal enterprise that engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. At the center of Diddy's criminal enterprise, drug-fueled sex parties, they're called freak-offs. Diddy lured women into his world and then manipulated them to participate in highly orchestrated sex acts with male prostitutes while Diddy watched.
I'm going to have to give me some coffee in just a minute because after that beer sets forever, it just tastes like shit.
And pleasured himself. Diddy gave out drugs at the freak-offs to keep victims obedient and compliant. These freak-offs could last days. Victims were given IVs to replenish fluid.
I don't even think I could drink it down. I may just have to get me some freaking coffee while I'll have to play something for you all. So we know about all of this. We're just going to keep going down because there's a lot of things. So this guy's going down too. LeBron James.
I mean, shout out to all the healthcare workers, not only in Los Angeles, but in your hometown of New York, but all over the world. The commitment, the hours, the pressure that they're dealing with right now is unprecedented. And to know that they're coming through and making sure that everyone is as healthy as can be right now is something that needs to be acknowledged. And what you're doing right now and giving everybody a light, man, this is an unbelievable thing, man. Like everybody know.
This is what I'd like to say before I go make my coffee and I put something on for all of you that is pertaining to Diddy. A year ago, everybody was praising. This beer tastes like shit. Everybody was praising Diddy. A year ago, he got the key to New York City a year ago. Diddy was on top of the world a year ago. Goodness, I got the hiccups now. A year ago. He thought he was untouchable. He thought that nobody could do anything to him. But the problem with Diddy is that Diddy bit the hand that fed him. Everybody in this industry does the same exact thing. They are leaving Diddy as the fall guy, okay? And there's going to be many more after him coming into play because there are RICO charges. But the most important thing is that how's it going to stop if they don't take them all down? And I mean all of them. Not just Diddy and his crew, but all of them. Every one of them. Like we're talking the Clyde Davis, the Ron Burkle that's almost a trillionaire. We're talking about them. If they're not taken down, right? How's it going to stop? This is just another one taken down. Just like R. Kelly was taken down, right? Had been doing it for years and years and years. But when they hit a certain age, in their 50s, they're no longer needed. They think that they're more powerful than God. That's when they put the hand on them and say, okay, now we are the powerful ones. You were nothing. You was a puppet in our play, and we are done playing. Right? It's very strange how that happens. But it does. So we're going to go to him being Ron Burkle being a sugar daddy, okay, with Tissa. And I'm going to get me some coffee or something to drink because I don't like this beer. It's making me sick. And am I sharing it yet? I don't know. Share this tab. All right. And I will play this while I go make my coffee.
When a defendant passes away, right? And this is in not just Florida, but most jurisdictions. The death of the accused does not extinguish the charges against them. The case can still proceed, and the defendant can be found guilty posthumously. Okay? Florida's survival statute states that no cause of action, that is the reason for the lawsuit, dies with the person. Lawsuits can be initiated, prosecuted, and defended in the name of the person who has passed away. Now, what does that have to do with anything? I just thought that was really, really interesting. And I just wanted y'all to know that, baby, taxes and the court system is something you can't get out of. So, but I know what you're saying. Batista, they're saying that he's being held in the Miami correctional thing. All right. First plot twist that I thought was really, really interesting that I actually wanted to share with you guys. This is a memo from the Florida State Attorney. Let me pull it up on my phone so I can read it. Haters, please, now would be the time to screenshot and zoom in because you have the information to quickly get it from the step. Since I want to go to the state government to get it from Florida state government, this is directly from an internal memo from the Florida. Let me just pull it up so I can see it because it's blurry for me right now. This is a memo from the State Attorney, 11th Judicial Circuit of Florida, E.R. Graham Building. It is marked April 8, 2019. It is directly from the desk of Catherine Fernandez Rundle. She is the State Attorney for Florida. It is directed to the Chief of Police, Hernan M. Organvides. Does that name sound familiar? Does that name sound familiar? Does that name sound familiar from the last thing when you put it in with the dancing bear? But it was at the police chief at that time. Enclosed is our final report regarding the investigation into the police-involved shooting of Jonathan Odie on May 18, 2008. I'm sorry, May 18, 2018. The officers involved in this incident were Louis Sellers, Albert Tellez, Scott Demby, Raphael Kuhn, Joseph Arzark, right? I'm doing some investigations into them, but just listen, right? The investigation has determined that these officers were legally justified in the use of deadly force by firing their weapons. In that case, no criminal charges will be filed. Now, why would they need to file criminal charges against cops for using deadly force against a man that was in the Trump Doral talking about some run up and get done up? Well, that's when you come to this interesting tidbit. And this is what started my rabbit hole. And it was the first plot twist. This is directly from the interoffice memorandum. If you guys don't know, interoffice memorandums, when they are part of investigations, are published as public documents. They are released to the public. Again, this is directly from the office of Catherine Fernandez Rundle, state attorney. Y'all can screenshot it, zoom in, do a Google search, baby. If you want, I'll put a link to the exact place off of the Florida website. I got it. This is public record, public information, okay? The date is April 2nd, 2019. But zoom in a little bit more and let's see what it says, because this is the first thing that really got me going. I don't know if I can make it bigger, but we'll make it bigger. Let's just forward to the part I want y'all to see. 1 second, y'all. Here we go. Look at this memorandum. It's signed by the governor, by the this, by the builder, the baker, the coffee maker. But do you see what we have in the line? Right? Damn it. I'm ruining my own reveal. Trying to give y'all some drama. And it's just going down. Okay, right here, if you see, right? This is Ari, the police shooting closeout memo. Case number SAO 621805-18005. Do you see what's right under there? See, here's the thing, and this is the thing that made me wonder about the whole Jonathan Odie thing. This isn't the first time that there's been a death hoax on Jonathan Odie. Now, when I heard, oh, you know, people put stuff on the internet, people play in their faces. Yeah, people do. But to what end? To what end? It's not enough to say, oh, people.
All right, I'm back. Hello, Kim Louise. How are you, honey? Okay, so yeah, I did drink some water, and I got my coffee, and I started feeling like I was like spinning for a minute. I was like, one beer, my goodness, because I don't drink, and I don't want to hurt my stomach. I don't want my stomach to hurt tomorrow, and I'd be like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done this. So did you get something out of what she was talking about? Now, I want to go through some of the resonations that's been going on since Diddy has been arrested. Nike, the CEO, John Donahoe, has stepped down. Sony Music Nashville has, that person has stepped down. Warner Music of Japan, he stepped down. Justin Trudeau has stepped down. And there's a whole shit ton of others that have stepped down since, is this working? There we go. Since Diddy got arrested, there's a whole shit ton of people stepping down. So we're going to go back to that because this will show us all the people that has been stepping down. I want to make sure I get them all. That's what he actually looked like when they arrested him right here. He's got. This is a sad one that I came across.
Diddy. They finally got him. But the thing is, there's so many more men out there, just like Diddy, who are abusers, who use their fame to lure women in and abuse them. And I wanted to come on here to say that it is time to out every single abuser in the industry.
Amen.
Every single one.
Every single one.
They all need to be held accountable. And the thing is, I would be a hypocrite if I came on here and I was telling other women that they need to speak up if I'm unwilling to speak up. I was raped at Chris Brown's house by his friend, Sage the Gemini. Yes, I know. I should have never been at Chris Brown's house in the first place. This happened when I was 18 years old. I'm 26 now, as of today. And I should have never been there. But Sage the Gemini raped me at his house. Chris Brown raped my friend when she was underage. She was under the influence and she was 16 years old. Were on two different occasions. But the thing is, all these men, all these abusers, they hang out together. Chris Brown and Sage the Gemini are rapists. Why have I been afraid to come out all this time? You want to know? It's because right after Sage raped me, he had me sign a paper saying that everything that happened was consensual. And he was my Uber drive. He got me the Uber to Chris Brown's house. And I didn't have any money. And I needed him to get me the ride back. And like I didn't know if I didn't know what was gonna happen if I in that moment.
First of all, if you have to write an NDA that it was consensual, you know it wasn't consensual. Okay. They're trying to use it as when someone goes into a relationship of when I researched BDSM. And when you do BDSM, which really has nothing to do with the X at all, it's just a lot of beatings and a weird fascination of beatings. And a lot of the serial killers actually have done these kind of beatings to women and so forth when they kept them captive and stuff. BDSM goes hand in hand with the X trafficking and everything else. First of all, if you have to write and sign your signature that it was consensual, you know for a fact it was not consensual at all. put a 1 in the chat if you know for a fact that when you have to write it's consensual at 18 years old. It is not consensual. Why is she coming out now? Because she feels strong enough as a 26-year-old young lady to be able to speak her truth. When it involves a crime, the NDA no longer applies. Okay? Anytime that there is a crime that happens, that NDA means nothing. The NDA is only if they are doing normal stuff and they just didn't want anything to happen. Yeah, I know, Tonic. I know. I know. I know all about it. That's what I was preaching about for the last 8 years I've been here. But people wanted to imply I was I was one of them, is because they wanted to shut me up, because my channel used to be huge. I had 18,000 followers, and my shit would hit 65,000 to 400,000 people a week. They wanted to shut me up. That's it. Shut her up. So now I know how to talk about different things, but this was not consensual. And anytime that there is a crime, and I wish that this girl would know, anytime that there is a crime, she needs to go to the law enforcement. She needs to tell them what happened. She needs to show them the NDA. And she was 18 years old.
I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. I don't really know how to talk about this. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that Chris Brown and Sage the Gemini are rapists. And I think that we all of us, girls, guys, everybody who has been raped, abused by powerful people in the entertainment industry, fuck it. I don't care if I signed an NDA. I don't care if I signed this paper that said that it was consensual when it wasn't, and you fucking know that. I wonder how many fucking girls that you had signed something just like that. That is fucking diabolical. The fact that you had that paper brought out right after is so fucking sickening, and it tells me that you've done this before. That something else has happened, and there's no taking back. I already posted on Twitter. So I just feel like I have to make a video now too, and it's time for everybody, and now I can tell other people that they should speak out too. I'm not going to say who the girl was, because that's her decision if she wants to come out and say.
But see, you got to imagine, go back to when you was 18 years old. Go back to when you was 16 years old. You didn't have money. You get in an Uber, you go to a high, powerful profile person's home. You think you're having fun, and the next thing you know, someone's doing more than what you want to do. And then right after it gives you an NDA and says, sign this, that everything we just done was consensual. And that's your ride back home, and you're scared and you don't know what to do. That's what you do. This is what you do. Now, here's a picture with Diddy, 2 associates. Give yourself a gold star if you can name the one on the left. Can you name the one on the left? Can anybody name the one on the left, which is this one actually on the, if we're looking at it, it's on the right. Who is this right here? Anybody know who this is right here? Tony, did you just say you was P. Diddy's manager for 30 years? This is slander. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. If I was you, I would not admit that, even though we know it's not true. You don't know who this is? Check this out. Let me blow it up a little bit for you. Hold on. This is none other than Kamala Harris. You see her face right there? Mm-hmm. It's all about power, dominance, and who controls what. That's Kamala Harris right there. That was one of Diddy's associates, which the other day, or not too long ago, she just talked about how she was so thrilled to be hanging out with him, you know? This is one that P. Diddy made.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, whenever, however the fuck I want to do it. You know why? Because I'm the freest nigga in the world. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do.
That didn't age very well, did it? That didn't age very well for him at all. And here is the truth again.
And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
That's right.
The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen. Amen.
Shit.
Amen to that.
I kind of get on there.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
I need more.
Right.
I need more.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, why did he get blackballed?
Yeah.
Oh, because
I was gonna ask you that.
because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets.
Hello, Kim.
So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You will tell it.
It's nice to see you, Kim Louise. How are you, babe?
no, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. But he's been saying it for years. Okay, this is what I wanted to bring out, and then I'm going to shut it down. As I expect, you will hear from defense counsel. The defendant did fly to New York 2 weeks ago at his counsel's advice and has been living in a hotel in the city for the past 2 weeks, waiting potentially for his arrest. So instead of fleeing from the district, he came to the district. But while he is sitting in a hotel, waiting to be arrested on federal charges, at a time when he should be on his very, very best behavior, he had what appears to be narcotics at his hotel room that was found after his arrest last night. The test results are not yet conclusive, so I don't want to suggest that we have conclusive tests yet. But there are bags of pink powder that are visually similar to bags of pink powder that have been seized before from the defendant that have tested positive for ecstasy and other drugs. So just one quick note on the defendant's proposed bail package. My focus in the argument now is on detention, because they found the same thing they found on his persons, which was, his little assistant with the, pink powder and everything else at his hotel. Okay. So what's going on with Diddy right now is Diddy is actually detoxing like a mofo.